Did something happen to her? Did she reach out to the wrong person? We know she's vulnerable. Her husband just died. We can confirm that she was out there trying to find friendships. Somebody take advantage of her? That could explain why she's not being found. This is a prime location. We're running out of options here locally. We definitely have a car. How did this car get there?
Police in Shaler are renewing the call to find 70-year-old Janet Walsh. Authorities say Walsh invited her daughter over for dinner back on January 20th of last year. And when her daughter showed up, her mom's car was gone, but her phone was still upstairs. Walsh's vehicle is a 2018 silver Chevy Trax with PA plates KTW 6007. If you've seen that car, please call police.
We have learned so much over the last year. We're gonna take that knowledge and bring it back to this case. Janet's still missing. Her vehicle is still missing. And we are not leaving this area until we've searched everything. We have a car right here. Can't be confident until I dive on that, but that's definitely an older, big body car. Definitely is not what we're looking for. I have one vehicle right there. I have one vehicle right here. It's a big vehicle too. It's an SUV. It's not what we're looking for.
Not what we're looking for?
No.
All right.
Well, for days now, a group of divers has been out on Pittsburgh's Three Rivers on a painstaking mission, trying to find two people who've been missing for years.
Well, we know we're searching for 70-year-old Janet Walsh, but we're also searching for Darlene Harbison, which we learned about yesterday. Let me give you guys a little bit of insight to that case right now. Allegheny County Police are looking for a missing woman out of Fraser Township after her boyfriend, who officials believe is responsible for her disappearance, was found dead. Police said Harbison was in a volatile relationship with 57-year-old Eric Gibbs, whom officials believe is responsible for her disappearance. They're also looking for these two vehicles. It's a Ford F-150 and a Chevy Cobalt. Darlene Harbison was last seen on September 11th. She's disappeared. So they're thinking that she may have been dumped in those vehicles, in one of those vehicles here nearby, and we are in the prime location for that. Yesterday we stopped right here. We still have from Springdale up to Tarentum ramp, and that Tarentum ramp is right underneath a bridge.
Right underneath the bridge, right where you could hide a vehicle real easy.
Super sketchy. And everybody around here knows everybody. This is a real small township right outside the city of Pittsburgh. If you know this area and you're gonna dump something, it's gonna be up there underneath that bridge.
Yep.
So stay tuned for day 2 in our search for 70-year-old Janet Walsh and 59-year-old Darlene Harbison. So we're launching from Springdale Boat Ramp, where yesterday is where we recovered that vehicle with the Springfield Township. And we're gonna continue to make our way up the Allegheny River to Tarentum, the bridge up there. There's a boat ramp under there, but before we get there, there's a road that leads right down into the river. It's really, really sketchy. So we have some pretty decent river still left to search. And the portion of the river that we're on is a little bit north of where Janet went missing. Kind of, some would say a little bit too far north. But we have to clear everything we can possibly clear. And in doing so, you know, we're also on the search for Darlene Harbison now. We're looking for that F-150 as well as that Chevy Cobalt. The vehicle was caught going through the intersection not too far from here near the river. His F-150 on the intersection camera with an object in the bed of his pickup truck wrapped in tarp. They tracked the purchase of the tarp from her deceased boyfriend to a hardware store where he bought those supplies. So they're thinking that he killed her before he killed himself, and that he has dumped the truck and the car somewhere. They don't know if it's underwater or if it's out in the woods, but neither of those vehicles have been found. So as we're going up here, I think we need some fuel as we're going up here because we just ran out. But what I was going to say is, as we're going up the river, we have several locations that are of interest prior to the Tarentum boat ramp underneath that sketchy bridge. We have a road, Butler Street, actually drives right down into the road. Like, there's just nothing stopping a car from coming in, and it's really sketchy itself too. So that's Butler Street right there. Butler Street, as you can see, drives straight down into here. There's no fence, there's nothing. There's also nothing out here. It's only 16 feet. Really clean scan. It's 5 feet right here. Yeah, it's really shallow over there. Nothing on Butler. Go back out here in the channel and then make our way up to Tarentum under the bridge. So this is the C.L. Schmidt Bridge. Anytime we're near a bridge, it's important to get all the different sides of them and around all the pillars. That way you can tell if something's hiding. It's clear over here. We know it's clear in the middle because we just came up through here. And we'll go do that the other side before we head up to Tarentum. Because we know cars come off bridges. Some people might say, oh, well, how does somebody go off a bridge? Nobody sees it. It's very possible that car can go off because it's in an accident. The person that caused the accident just continues to keep going because they don't want to get in trouble and never say anything. Or just freak accident and nobody was around. It happens a lot. This bridge is clear. On to the next bridge. Next bridge is Tarentum. It's about 11 feet right here on this side as we come past this old warehouse district over here. It's a great big wall, as you can see. Nothing's making it in over here. On that side, we have a railroad track next to the river, and then a road on the other side of the railroad track. Not a lot of great entry points over there at all. Really, really hard. Nothing really practical. I'd just like to take a second, like really, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, like, what we do here is very, very dangerous. Yes, we do encourage those of you who have the wherewithal to conduct yourselves professionally and safely to go out and try to do this. You know, we're just using fish finders and we're using common sense investigative tactics and you know, some other stuff. We do encourage that. You've seen it in a lot of videos where we want more people to do this so that more families can get help and law enforcement agencies can have more resources. But please, 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 don't get that twisted. This is very, very dangerous. What we do out here on the water in general is dangerous. Diving, the type of diving that we do is extreme. It is deadly. And I do not recommend that anybody just do this. Like, and don't do it because we told you to do it. Like, you need to be trained, you need to be a certified diver, you need to have people with you that know what they're doing. You need to be accustomed to being around water. You need to wear your life jackets when you can, and do it the safe way. There's a right way to do this. There's a wrong way to do it, definitely. It's very, very deadly. So I just want to clear that up. You know, we have a lot of people that are commenting about how much we advocate for people to get out here and do the same thing. Yes, we do, but on a professional and safe level. Mitigate your risks at all costs, and be safe. Be safe. We're not recklessly encouraging anybody to just get out here and do this, start diving. No, go get certified, just like I did, to dive. Learn from a lot of people around you. You know, surround yourself with a great group of guys, and be very, very well informed on what it is you're doing. Be aware of the risks that are around you. And like I said, be safe when you're doing it. Just want to tie that little loose end up in case, you know, all of you who are commenting about us encouraging people to do this, you know, that it's reckless for us to do that. I get that, and you're right. But there's a way to do it. And although we do encourage people to do it, we want you to be safe. Just be safe if you're doing it. And don't do it because we told you to do it. Just do it because you want to do it. You got to have a passion for this. Not just anybody can do this. There's people that try to do it and they don't last. Or they try to do it and they don't produce results. Your heart's really got to be into this. And if your heart's in it and this is something you want to do, read up on it, study it, and do whatever you can to be safe while you're doing it. And don't stop. Be relentless with it. Be relentless. Where I found a lot of cars in Philly. You have like little drive outs like this with no railing. This one has a railing, but they'd be driven right off the end of these piers, these old concrete piers, or whatever you want to call them. Underneath this bridge on the northern shore side, we have a boat ramp. Really concealed. To me, in my opinion, in this entire region, other than Butler Road, how it goes all the way down, but it's shallow there. This ramp is the most ideal place to put a vehicle in the water without being seen. Right now where we're at, it's 15 feet deep. Really smooth reading. There's not a lot of anomalies here on the water bottom. Coming up on the ramp right now. There's something out there. Let's see what that was. It was 15 feet to the side. We're coming over it right now. It casted a big shadow too. Bottom, that's the concrete. You see the concrete there on down imaging, see it? Man, I was really hopeful for this little spot here under the bridge. That right there. Boom, boom, boom. You can see the perfect concrete ridges in it. Not a car. She went missing in January, so the river's not going to be as calm as it is right now. It's not going to come out any further than this. And it's not, I mean, unless you have a current like the Missouri River, it's not going to carry it any further than this. It's clean. One quick thing to throw into the mix, and you guys know I'm the skeptic, and I gotta be sometimes. Yesterday we learned that Janet, because we talked to Ray, Ray knew of a gentleman that Janet had reached out to looking for a friendship. Did something happen to her? Did she reach out to the wrong person? We know she's vulnerable. Her husband just died. We can confirm that she was out there trying to find friendships. Did somebody take advantage of her? Did something happen? That could explain why she's not being found. Okay, so this is our radius that we have set up here, 5-mile radius, as you see up here at the top. Our different points of references include Janet's home, her church, this is her church, this is her home. The last LPR reading on her vehicle was right here, heading southbound towards her home. Now, the other place of significance is St. Mary's Cemetery, where her husband is buried. Now, authorities several years ago, when she first went missing, started here at Sharpsburg Marina and searched this section of river. When we came to town a year ago, this is where we launched from, and we searched this entire area. Now, we started yesterday, like I said, here at Sharpsburg Marina again. You know, taking into consideration, we've learned a lot over the last year. So we started back here. We didn't find anything. We searched all the way up here to the first spillway, which is right here. We then went back, and then we went and searched all the way, even outside of our 5-mile radius. We took it up here, which is where we found that old car. We found that old car right here in this marina. Now, it's a really, really old car. It's a big boat car, like, you know, 15 to 20 feet long, box style Cadillac Lincoln type of vehicle. At the time, I know I said I was going to dive on it. I don't think we're going to be diving on that car. We don't have a lot of time, and I don't want to waste my time to dive on that car. I'd love to go dive on that car, but I know for 100%, due to the imaging I was able to capture, it's not what we're looking for. So with that being said, we then continued our way all the way upstream, clearing this the northern side of the shoreline here, and anywhere we deemed a vehicle could come in on either side. We made it to the Deer Creek boat ramp. We had lunch there for about 15 minutes. We then put back in. We scanned all of this under the bridge to this spillway here. We went back to Deer Creek boat ramp, put back in at Springdale. When we went to Springdale, that's where we found that Yugo, that car, when we were able to extract it. This morning, we started back here again, and then we searched all the way up here past Butler Road, all the way up outside of our 5-mile radius now. And this really continued north just to really exhaust the river, because we really feel like Janet's here. And then we learned about Darlene Harbison's case, which that truck and that Cobalt haven't been found, and she's still missing. The local authorities that we spoke with yesterday, as well as us, we believe that the vehicle's been dumped with her body in it somewhere. So we went all the way up here to the Tarentum Bridge. This is right here where we're at right now. The boat ramp, it's clear. There's nothing here. So where do we go from here? And in looking at this map, when we were here a year ago, we put in at Sharpsburg and we cleared. This is downtown Pittsburgh right here. We cleared the north side of the shore all the way down. We were diving on all the cars we found. We went under all the main downtown bridges, and then we made this bend down here and stopped about right here. Now what we're gonna have to do is, I'd like to come up here to the north. There's a little lake. It's probably just, you know, not even deep enough, but we have to rule it out. Like it's not too far outside of the 5-mile radius, just barely from her home and church. Did she know about this? I know there's only a kayak launch. It does look shallow. You can see the build up here, but we got to rule it out. After that, what we need to do is, there's a couple boat ramps and areas right here. We need to rule out this shoreline here as well. What that's going to give us is we've exhausted this immediate area. That means we have exhausted all of the shoreline and closest to her home. There is a body of water that runs right next to her home, but it's a little tiny creek. It's like ankle deep. So that creek that runs through here, it's not feasible. You're not fitting a car in there. After we search North Park Lake, we're gonna do the same up to the northwest over here.
There is a spot over here that you could drive into the water, but I can already see bottom, and I would give it 4 feet at max.
Yeah, you can see the bottom, but you can see where the landslide. Wow, I guess the trees or something.
This is a prime location. You know, it's off the beaten path. It is a bit of ways from where she lived. However, we're running out of options here locally to search for her. And we don't have many more places that we can go at all. So really eager to get in here and see what mysteries lurk beneath here. Current's going that way. Boat, water, if anything comes off that boat ramp, it's gonna come out, down. We're at 26 feet right now, and we'll work our way in closer on the way back up. Oh, we got something there. One of those is a car. That other thing's like a big old brick or something. Why would it be upstream though? There it is, there it is. Where is it? Right there, right off the edge of that. 18 feet deep. There it is. We definitely have a car. And as I'm sitting there over the car, I'm like, why is this car there? As I'm sitting there, the boat wasn't even moving. So there's like hardly no current right there. That's the car right there. Oh yeah, it just leaped right onto the car. So, top of the car, we're looking at 14 feet deep. Really easy dive. We're not working with a big current here, so doesn't get much easier than this. The only dangers I see in this is the structure that's over there near it. The car is sitting on its wheels. It doesn't like it's been moved by a dredge. There's no reason to dredge that far over. It very well could have came down onto this point maybe. Just real weird. I'm trying to figure out like how it got there. The spillway is coming down here.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I'm telling you, the spillway is coming down this way. I know, I thought that was really odd myself when I was studying the map. I was like, wow, all the Ohio's flowing that way. So if not, this is where
no, it flows that way.
It does it?
Yeah. Unless I'm way wrong. I could be wrong.
I'm gonna tell you right now because
I'm
gonna be really upset. I'm gonna be upset with myself if I'm wrong because I've looked at this map a lot.
You're right. It does flow the other direction. It's real easy to.
Yeah, they're
right through the bushes.
So on the
here.
other side of those trees, there's a little clearing where people are fishing and setting fires, and you can get a car back there. It's definitely a car, 100%. I put my magnet down beside it, and then just sucked right onto the car. And from what I see, not a lot of the car is buried, so it hasn't been there for decades. This car hasn't been down there for. It would surprise me if it's been down there for more than 10 years.
Starting timer.
visibility is about 2 feet.
Copy that, visibility about 2 feet.
13 feet. Top of the vehicle should be at about 16. Ears equalizing. Okay, I reached the vehicle. It does appear to be white in color. I repeat, white in color. Rear driver's wheel has a Nissan emblem. Making my way to the rear of the vehicle.
Coming up on 2 minutes, Doug, 2 minutes.
Okay, there's no license plate on the rear of the vehicle. No license plate on the rear of the vehicle. Making my way around the passenger side of the vehicle. Passenger side of the vehicle.
It's a white Nissan, no plates.
Rear window is intact. The rear back windshield is intact. The rear back window is intact. The rear passenger window is intact. The front driver's side window is intact. It is down about 1 inch. Front windshield is broken. I repeat, front windshield is broken.
Coming up on 3 minutes, 30 seconds, Doug.
There is no license plate on the vehicle. I repeat, no license plate on the vehicle on the front or the back. I'm going to try to peel away this windshield so I can get the VIN number possibly. All right, I have a VIN number for you. Are you ready?
Copy that, Doug. Go ahead with the VIN.
1, Nancy, 4, Adam, Lima, 3, Adam, Paul, 0, Echo, November, 3, 5, 1, 2, 0, 3.
I got it, Doug.
I'm coming up topside. It's a Nissan Altima. I repeat, Nissan Altima.
Copy that, Doug. Nissan Altima.
I have cleared the vehicle. There's no human remains inside of the driver's seat, at least. There's no front plate or rear plate. This is definitely in line with someone who has dumped this for insurance fraud.
Not what we're looking for. The only thing we have never done in this case is physically put eyes on a creek that was behind her house. That's where we're going right now. We like 99.9% know not that sure, but we're extremely confident that we've never checked the creek. So we're gonna leave here right now. We're gonna check that creek. You're not making it in between these houses and the creek back there, like it doesn't even show up. It's really slippery here, guys. There's no water in this creek. It's right here, see? No water. I am standing in what would be the middle of the creek. No water. All right. And we can see this on satellite. It's just, you know, we're trying to figure out what we missed, you know? There's another creek a couple blocks over. This is Little Pine Creek. Pine Creek is a few blocks away, which is a little bit bigger. So, well, let's go see if there's water in that or not. Keep going. You're gonna come to a split up here. Just stay straight on Butler Plank Road. Yep. You're going to stay to the middle. Yep. It now turns into Butler Plank Road. Butler Plank Road crosses right into the creek down here. Boom, right there. I mean, the creek is wider than the road. Is that deep enough? On satellite, it looks non-existent. We're about to find out. If this is deep enough to conceal a vehicle, this is what we've been missing the entire time. Stop right here. Just stop, stop. Hey, just stop, stop. Stop right here. Is this fence been damaged? What about the other side? Really shallow. You can see the bottom, see it? You can see the bottom. And the water clarity is amazing, really clear.
It's now been 2 years since a woman from Shaler disappeared and still no sign of her. Allegheny County Police are asking to hear from anyone with information.
What happened January 19th of 2020? We had no choice but to go back and scan everything that we scanned last year. It's the only thing we're missing. Just look at that. Her home is right here. Boom, Allegheny River right there. Right there. We have to go and rescan what we did a year ago. Nothing else makes sense. In just 11 hours, we have uncovered over 100 vehicles. So you see that? Like, what the heck is causing that shadow? Like, that's a car. That's another car. There's another car. Dude, there's like 30 cars right here. There's another car. That's another one. Wow. We just found like 30 cars.